What did you make of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's substitutions? Because he's been criticised by many for not going for it in this game and maybe getting a bit too defensive towards the end.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comment. Being the home side as well, I think he's struggling in terms of who he's got fit. And Martial limped off. He's got Cavani injured, Rashford injured. His major players probably, all gone. That he couldn't trust some of the youngsters, even though he brought Diallo on, who scored. So it's one of them. I think when you're in the moment, you've got a judgment call. I thought Milan were on top in terms of how they played. Possession stats might have been even, but the game that I watched, I thought every time Milan went forward, I thought they could have scored. Leao missed not great chances, but he had a volley that he just had a fresh air shot and he didn't make good contact. So I think if you're Ole, I think sometimes you've got to walk away from a result thinking, right, we didn't lose the game. We could have easily lost it 2-1. As the lad said, Maguire missed a sitter, so it could have been 2-2. Sometimes you walk away from a result and you just go back to the drawing board and you get, right, we go to San Siro and we try and get an away goal and we put Milan under pressure with more of our fit players back as well as the Milan players.
Gab, you talked about some of those moments that defined this game. What about that Franck Kessie disallowed goal then? Did he control it with his arm, in your opinion?
As I saw it, no. I think most people would agree with it. I think it clearly came off his chest. If you look closely, you can actually see his shirt move when the ball hits him. You look at the reaction of the United players who were right there. They all saw it. Nobody appealed. The referee gave it. I don't know what VAR saw.
Stevie, you don't agree with that?
It really is a tough call. I don't think it's a clear call, as Gab said, but it is a tough call. And the one angle that I saw, when the ball passes Kessie, it loses pace. That doesn't happen if it hits you on the hip bone. So for that reason is why I'm going to say that I think it was a good call, because, as I say, when that ball shoots up at him, it loses pace when it hits his body. That don't happen if it hits your hip.
Shaka, can't they only overturn this if it's definitive, though?
Yeah, that's the thing. And well, first of all, I don't think the ball lost any pace. I thought it came off his hip kind of quickly and took him past both Matic and McTominay. So, which suggests, again, I think it hit his hip. But again, no angle I saw is conclusive. So the call on the field should have stood. And for me, from the time I saw it, I thought that was him. And as Gab rightly pointed out, not a single Manchester United player even put their hand up in appealing the handball. And that for me is the biggest indicator that nobody on the field thought it hit Kessie's hand. And the goal should have stood. Nothing about this said it should have been called back for me.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.